First off, I just want to thank you for everything you have done. And every morning before I go to school, I watch the cartoons. It's just been amazing, and you guys have made this one of the best times of my life.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much.
And that's a big reason why we do what
Absolutely.
we do.
Oh, heck yes.
So go on.
Second, I just wanted to ask, who inspired you to do what you do?
Wow.
I was you, or smaller than you, and with my chin on my fists, watching my shows every Saturday morning, wondering how the voices got attached to the animation. I've always been intrigued by how people sounded compared to the way they looked. I mean, when I was young, little, and I think as an audience, I've always been interested in voice-driven characters, and it just sort of became an offshoot of acting in general. Most of us come to larger markets or smaller markets in search of acting work, and this is an obvious outgrowth for anyone who's vocally facile, versatile, and or not. I mean, it only takes one voice, but it's better be a Lorenzo Music kind of voice. It better be the one and only. That's what drew me. That's what still inspires me.
Richard?
I got lucky. We all come from theater. We all come from a theater background, and again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to learn how to use the entire instrument before you get down to this one. And I was in Florida doing some work and ran into some people who ran a studio out in Hialeah, and they said, how you got a good voice, why don't you come out and do some dubbing for us? And I thought, oh, well, sounds like something to do. And just fell in love with it, fell in love with the whole idea of it, and then it just kind of grew from there. But generally speaking, it needs to come from a theatrical training and a theatrical background. You bring that to the table. There's a lot of folks who start from improv, which is also a really good talent to bring to the studio. And there's a lot of people who come from that area. But yeah, I just have always, I was one of those kids, who got together with my pals in the neighborhood and made plays and did them for the neighbors. So I just always loved the whole milieu.
Ooh, I love that.
We're bilingual in Canada.
For me, I was a born ham. I mean, when I was 5 years old, I was given magic shows, and I built a ventriloquist dummy. So some of us just have that in us from the get-go. And the voice acting for me just happened by accident. I mean, I did theater for years all around the country and decided to come out here, or not come out here. This is the first time in Charlotte, by the way, and it's a great city, and thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah. I decided it was either New York or LA. I wanted to see if I could play with the big kids. And I figured LA was warmer. If I couldn't work, I would find a place to sleep that was warm. And as I said, I was there 5 years, really just trying to swing in the bat and trying. And the first job was, as I said, the Spider-Man show, and that just put me on the map. I mean, just like that. And everything happened from there. But I had really no intention. Unlike Gregg, it was like I never had that intention. I thought, well, I'll do TV, and I still do, movies and stuff like that. But it just happened by chance. But you have to be ready for anything. And luckily, I had the acting training behind it. I also was standing next to Frank Welker. And Frank taught me so much just by watching how he worked the mic, what he did with his voice, how he handled his characters. So I kind of learned by the seat of my pants in this particular technique. But as we keep going back to, it's the acting training that you need. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.